All right, we are now streaming live on YouTube. This is the preliminary hearing for Mr. State of Georgia versus Nicholas Williams. Charge and warrant numbers 2025 CW 56522, simple assault. 2025 CW 56523, terroristic threats. 2025 CW 56524, criminal trespass. 2025 CW 56525, family violence. Representing the state is ADA Thomas, representing the defendant is Attorney Jabari Rogers, your witness, ADA Thomas.
Thank you, Your Honor. Officer, can you raise your right hand? Do you solemnly swear and affirm that the evidence you should give before the court shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, ma'am.
You can put your hand down, state your name for the record.
Officer E. Tyson.
How are you employed, officer?
I'm a police officer with the Clayton County Police Department.
Were you so employed on or about September the 7th of 2025?
Yes, ma'am.
And did you have occasion to investigate an incident that occurred at 1158 Bonita Circle?
Yes, ma'am.
Is that in the city of Jonesboro, Clayton County?
Yes, ma'am.
Now, did it involve a Jerome? Okay, let me read this over. Nicholas Jerome Williams.
Yes.
And what brought you to that location and Mr. Williams?
Initially, I responded to 10288 Wisteria Lane in reference to a person down. Upon my arrival to that location, I made contact with Mr. Raphael, who was the original complainant. Mr. Raphael is a friend of Mr. Nicholas and his brother Christian. Mr. Raphael advised me that Nicholas was, just sitting in front of his house with a bloodied injury to the top of his head. I asked did he know how. Mr. Raphael was unsure and provided me with Mr. Nicholas' mother's phone number. I was able to make contact with let me backtrack a little bit. I attempted to speak to Mr. Nicholas about how he obtained the injury. Mr. Nicholas appeared to be extremely intoxicated and declined to speak to us, speak to officers on scene at that time. I did ensure he received medical treatment and he was transported to Piedmont Henry Hospital for his injuries. His mother responded to the location and the mother advised me that an incident occurred between Mr. Nicholas, herself, and his brother Christian at their address at Bonita Circle.
So that's the address that we initially discussed?
The Bonita Circle, yes, ma'am.
Okay. And was she able to tell you what happened between Mr. Nicholas and herself and her other son?
Yes, ma'am. I spoke to the mother and Mr. Christian. I'd like to note that they were both interviewed separately. Initially, when I arrived, it was just the mother on scene, Miss Tamaka, and Mr. Christian was not there at that time. He was at their grandmother's home.
Okay. So Mr. Christian was at the grandmother's home and this defendant, Mr. Nicholas, was at the friend's location?
Yes, initially.
Okay. And what did the mother advise as to what happened at her location?
The mother advised that there were physical altercations between her and Mr. Nicholas and Mr. Christian.
Okay. And during the physical altercation, did she tell you what happened to her?
Yes, ma'am. Mr. Nicholas had returned home. Mr. Nicholas and Mr. Christian were drinking with their friend Raphael early in the day. From me speaking to Mr. Christian advised me that Mr. Nicholas was extremely intoxicated and too inebriated to drive. So he offered to drive Mr. Nicholas' friends back to their home while he was driving out. So Mr. Christian at this time had Mr. Nicholas' car. Miss Tamaka advised me that Mr. Nicholas came home wondering where Christian was with his car, allegedly screaming at her. Miss Tamaka stated at this time she immediately called Christian and Christian returned home within minutes. Upon Christian's arrival, Mr. Nicholas was screaming at Christian. Ms. Tamaka immediately advised Mr. Christian to go to his bedroom. While doing so, Ms. Tamaka and Mr. Nicholas were arguing. Ms. Tamaka was stating that Mr. Nicholas was trying to get to Mr. Christian. And by trying to get to him, she was approaching his room. He was approaching Mr. Christian's room, like being verbally aggressive. Ms. Tamaka stood in between the door frame, like in the hallway area, so Mr. Nicholas couldn't get to Mr. Christian's room. And while trying to stop him from entering Mr. Christian's room, Mr. Nicholas grabbed her by her arms. And where she said that Mr. Nicholas grabbed her, I did observe red bruising to her arms that indicated a hand being grabbed in that area.
But let me ask you a question about it. He grabbed his mother by the arms. What happened to her? What did he do to her, if anything?
I mean, she was trying to prevent Mr. Nicholas from entering Mr. Christian's room. So she was standing in the hallway. Mr. Nicholas grabbed her with two open hands and squeezed her arms, pinning her against the wall.
Okay. And you say you observed visible injury fitting the description she provided?
Yes, ma'am. That's why I charged with battery.
Okay. Now, was he able to get into his brother's room, or what happened next?
No. So he was unable to get into his brother's room. Mr. Christian, who was on the inside of the room, heard the physical altercation between Mr. Tamaka and Mr. Nicholas, and that's when he exited his room and he was attempting to push Nicholas off of Ms. Tamaka. While after he pushed Nicholas off of Ms. Tamaka, Nicholas allegedly threw close fist punch towards him, and Mr. Christian, he claimed the self-defense, threw multiple close fist punches back towards Mr. Nicholas.
Who broke up the fight, if anyone?
They both fell to the floor. Mr. Tamaka was in between screaming, and that's when both males separated at that time.
At any point in time, did anyone get any type of weapon or knife or what have you?
Yes, shortly after they fell to the ground and both parties separated, Mr. Christian went back into his bedroom. At this point, Mr. Nicholas, this is from Tamaka's statement, Mr. Nicholas went into the kitchen, grabbed the ice pick, and started saying something along the lines of, "I'm going to kill him," threatening Mr. Christian. And he did. And with that ice pick, he stabbed the door multiple times. I did see the door with damage to it that would resemble, it being stabbed.
You saw puncture holes in the door?
Yes, ma'am.
Was the ice pick itself recovered?
I don't recall.
Okay. Was anyone injured as a result of Mr. Nicholas having the ice pick?
No, ma'am.
Okay. So while he's puncturing the door, what's happening? What is going on with Christian and the mother?
Well, the mother stated that she was just trying to calm him down. While speaking to Mr. Christian, he told me at this time he was on the phone with his grandmother, calling his grandmother to come pick him up. I spoke to the grandmother also, who stated that she received the call from Christian. The grandmother stated that Christian advised her that Nicholas was acting a fool and can she please come pick him up?
The grandmother said that Christian told her what?
That Nicholas was, quote, and I quote, acting a fool, and can she come pick him up?
Oh, okay.
Him being Christian. Could she come pick him up?
Did she come and pick up Christian?
Yes, ma'am.
Was he injured in any way?
No, ma'am.
Now, when you first saw Nicholas, he was injured, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
How did he get injured?
From the punches that Mr. Christian threw at him in defense of Mr. Nicholas striking him.
Okay. Were you able to, these conversations that you had with the victims, were they captured in any type of way?
Yes, on body camera.
And where's that body cam footage?
It's labeled under the case number and it's on the Polaris.
So the police department has it?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And did the family, the victims, were they able to record any of this?
No, ma'am.
What about your initial contact with the defendant and at his friend's house? Was any of that recorded or captured?
Yes, ma'am. That was recorded on my body camera. The entire incident from beginning to end was on my body camera.
1 second.
Miss, can I add something real quick?
Sure.
While conducting the investigation,
Excuse me, officer, excuse me. I'm gonna object, Judge. That's not how this works. That's not responsive. There's no question, so he's not responding to it.
Your Honor, if he wants to explain any of his answers to me, I have no opposition to that. I'm sorry, you're explaining an answer, or is this something brand new?
I was just explaining something that I noted during the investigation.
Well, yeah, Judge, I would
Is this
object.
a question that was asked? Is this in response to a question that you were asked? Or are you is just giving additional information?
I just wanted to give additional information.
Okay, all right, so I'm gonna sustain the objection. You can only respond to questions asked. All right.
Okay. Yes, ma'am.
And Your Honor, I wasn't finished with just as a.
Yes.
1 second, regroup for. Oh. Did you, when you arrived at the scene, what did you observe about the condition of the victim's house, or did you observe anything?
Yes, ma'am. I observed Mr. Christian's bedroom window open. I wanted to make sure that no one else was in the home other than Miss Tamaka at that time. And I observed I attempted to open Mr. Christian's door, and when I tried to push on the door to open it, there was a bed blocking the door.
Was he able to explain why the bed was blocking the door?
Mr. Christian advised me he was using the bed to block the door because he was using the bed to prevent Nicholas from entering the room.
Did he advise as to why the window was open?
Because that's the way he left the home, so he didn't have to go out through the door. He was attempting to sort of, not have Nicholas see him.
And is that how he was able to get in contact with his grandmother outside?
Yes, and grandmother advised that that's the way she seen Mr. Christian exit the home.
She saw him going out the window?
Yes, ma'am.
Now, what about any other doors or anything? Was there any other damage done to the inside of the home?
Yes, the door handle to Mr. Christian's room was broken.
Was the victim able to advise either Mr. Christian or his mother? Were they able to advise as to how the handle got broken?
Yes, Mr. Maka said the handle was broken when Nicholas was attempting to enter the room. He was grabbing the door handle, pushing on the door.
Did she give him permission to damage the inside of her home?
No, ma'am.
One second. Was she able to give you an estimated value of the damages to the inside of the home?
She said $30 was the estimate for the door handle.
Was anything inside of Christian's bedroom damaged at all?
Not that I can recall.
Just furniture moved around?
Yes, ma'am.
Did Miss Williams give the defendant permission to damage the inside of her home?
No, ma'am.
Was Mr. Christian, the brother, Christian Williams, was he in fear of his safety?
Yes.
Objection, Judge. That causes speculation.
The officer spoke to
Rephrase. Just rephrase it.
Did Mr. Williams say anything to you about why he felt the need to leave the home the way he did?
Yes, he specifically mentioned he was in fear for his life.
Had his brother indicated to him that he would harm him?
Yes.
Was he trying to use the ice pick to do that?
No, Mr. Nicholas, this from Ms. Tamaka's statement, that Mr. Nicholas, after hitting the door with the ice picks, went into the kitchen, grabbed 2 knives, a chair out of his room. And if the layout of the home is, this would be Mr. Christian's room, this would be Mr. Nicholas' room, and Mr. Nicholas sat in front of his room door, which is across from Mr. Christian's room with the 2 knives. And something along the lines of stated that you're gonna mourn 2 kids today. I'm gonna stab them in I know for sure in the heart in another area. and that I'm gonna kill myself or Clayton County gonna kill me.
So he threatened his mother,
He threatened Mr. Christian.
okay? And did Mr. Christian know about those threats?
Not to my knowledge.
But he was attacked.
Yes.
Was Miss Tamaka Williams in fear of her safety?
Yes.
And I believe that's all I have reserved fight to redirect.
All right, Attorney Rogers.
Officer Tyson, if I understand correctly, I guess are you the lead on the case?
Yes, sir.
And the Wisteria Lane location, I think you said that's what you responded to first, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And then the incident location, no, that's
Bonita Circle.
Bonita Circle. How far is that from Wisteria Lane?
About 1.5 miles.
Okay. Do you know how, well, let me make sure I understood correctly. When you responded to Wisteria, that's where Mr. Williams is, correct?
Yes.
Do you know how he came to be at that location?
Yes, he drove.
And so then at the incident, if I remember correctly, or if I heard you correctly, I should have said it on direct. Did you say that he was transported to, I believe you said Piedmont Henry, maybe?
Yes, sir.
And so the injuries that we're talking about, you were under the impression that they were inflicted just via knuckles. Is that correct?
Well, at the time, I wasn't sure what was going on when I initially responded. Like, I had no idea what was going on at all.
Right, I understand. I'm asking about when you saw the injuries is what I'm asking about right now. Let me ask it like that. How did he come to get sent to Piedmont Henry? As in, who made that decision to call, seek medical care?
I mean, it came out as a person injured, so the fire department was already around Clayton County Med 6 at that time, and they made that decision to transport him.
Okay. Did you ever actually speak to Mr. Williams yourself that day?
Yes, I attempted to speak to him.
And you say it's kind of out of it, right? He was
Extremely intoxicated. You can smell alcohol coming from his person.
Did you see the injuries
Yes.
yourself? Okay.
Yes.
And I know you said the body cam was running and everything. To your recollection, would those injuries have been captured on the body cam?
Yes, I do remember. It was a gash to the top of his head.
And so I guess that's kind of what I'm trying to make sure I'm understanding. When you say there was a gash, is it? Well, I don't want to assume Mr. Williams, he didn't give you any statement. He didn't tell you this happened, I got injured this way, or anything like that, correct?
Nothing.
And the way that the gash is being explained to you is just, like I said, was being inflicted via knuckles only. Is that what you're saying? Your understanding is?
Yeah, I was told closed fist punches.
And at some point, if I'm understanding, it sounds like you're in the house, you're able to walk around and check out the scene, correct? The
Yes.
incident location of Bonita Circle.
Yes.
Okay. Do you see anything that's, blood stained in any way?
No, that was what was surprising. I didn't see any like direct indicators of, okay, this is where he began bleeding or this where the injury, occurred. I didn't see anything that would, insinuate, I mean, that's how he got the gash.
And when talking with Mom and Christian, do they mention, or I guess to your knowledge, do they ever mention either the gash or seeing him with some sort of injury or anything like that?
I don't recall. I don't recall them mentioning about his injuries.
And I don't want to assume, so I guess I just want to make sure I'm clear. is the only reason that this came to law enforcement attention because Raphael or Mr. Raphael called?
Yes.
Okay. So there wasn't a report from the mom or from Christian. Is that
No,
correct?
sir.
And as far as you know, the only people at the residence during the incident are the three that we discussed so far: mother, brother, and Mr. Williams, the defendant.
Can you repeat that? I'm sorry.
I was asking, I said, as far as you know, the only people at the location are the three people that we've been discussing: mother, brother, and defendant. Is that
Yes,
correct?
sir. Yes, sir.
And I know you said medical, I guess we'll call it medical for sure, or EMS, made the decision about transport. Did you ever talk to them to see what they had to say about the injury as far as how it appeared to be inflicted to them?
No.
And in this discussion of the scuffle that you were talking about, and I kind of jumping past how it led up to it, but at some point there's a scuffle between the two when I think said Christian comes out because he hears the issue between Mr. Williams and his mom. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
So, and then when those brothers scuffle, does anybody, I guess, mention well, I don't know Christian's last name at the moment, but so I'm saying Mr. Williams as in the defendant. Does anybody mention him, striking his head? I know you said they fell to the ground. Does anybody mention him striking his head or anything like that during the scuffle?
I know Mr. Christian advised me that he just threw multiple close fist punches towards Mr. Nicholas.
And if I understood you on direct, I think, I want to make sure I'm gonna give you a chance to clarify if I misunderstood. Were you saying that Christopher had taken Nicholas' car to take some people home? Is that what you were saying on direct?
Yes, Mr. Christian observed Mr. Nicholas to be extremely inebriated. They were all drinking, but Christian noted that Mr. Nicholas was too intoxicated to even drive. So he offered to take Mr. Nicholas' friends back home for him.
Okay. What did he say? What Nicholas said?
Can you repeat that?
Did he say what Nicholas said as far as what his response was? Was it, sure, go ahead, don't do it? Did he say what he said?
Is it fine if I refer to my report in reference to that? I don't recall.
Yes, sir.
Your Honor, may the officer refresh his recollection.
Yes, he may.
Nicholas advised Mr. Christian, yes, he should be able to he can use his vehicle to drop off his friends.
And that's coming from Christian.
Yes.
When you say they were drinking, were they drinking with Mr. Raphael? Was he one of the people at least that was there? I don't know if he was drinking, but was he there?
He was there at the location.
Okay. Did anybody ask him whether or not that's how it went down as far as Nicholas giving the okay for Christian to take his car?
I don't recall that either. I don't recall speaking to Mr. Raphael after the initial, of what's going on. All Mr. Raphael initially advised me was that they were at Nicholas and Christian, along with friends, were at his home earlier drinking about an hour prior to my arrival to his home, and everyone left. And he came back outside on his front porch and saw Mr. Nicholas. That's my only conversation with Mr. Raphael.
And then, and if I'm correct, now again, I just want to make sure my understanding of things is right. Mom says that Nicholas comes home and is upset that Christian has his vehicle. Is that correct?
Yes. No further questions at this time.
Any redirect?
Not from the state, Your Honor.
All right, closing arguments.
I'll reserve.
All right. Attorney Rogers?
Yes, ma'am, if I can have one moment. Judge, I guess the first thing I'll start with is asking for a dismissal on the terroristic threats. Unless I missed something, the only person who's testifying about the terroristic threats part, I guess, sounds like the mother. But there's nobody else saying that happened. So essentially what we have is an uncorroborated allegation with no evidence of it. So I'll ask that the terroristic threats charge be dismissed for lack of corroboration and accordingly lack of PC. As it relates to the other charges, I'll submit as it relates to the other charges, Judge, on the testimony.
All right, I do find that there's sufficient probable cause to bind over all the charges to the Superior Court, Clayton County. That's the order of the court.
Thank you, Your Honor. My next one will be Michael Howard. Officer Johnson?
Yes, ma'am.
You're up.
And so,
Your Honor, who's the next?
yes,
Who's the next inmate that we need for a hearing?
ADA Thomas.
Michael Howard.
All right. We're about to start your preliminary hearing. Are you Mr. Michael Howard? Okay, the defendant has indicated that he is in fact Mr. Michael Howard. This is the State of Georgia versus Michael Howard, 2025 CW 54192, death by deception. 2025 CW 54193, exploitation of an elderly person. Representing the state of ADA Thomas, representing the defendant is Attorney Tiffany Baldwell. Your witness, ADA Thomas.
Thank you, Your Honor. Detective, could you please raise your right hand? Do you solemnly swear and affirm that the evidence you should give before the court shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
You can put your hand down, state your name for the record.
My name is Detective Todd Johnson with the Clayton County Police Department. I am presently assigned to the Property Crimes Unit with over 30 years of experience in law enforcement.
And thank you, Detective. And did you have occasion to investigate an incident on, I believe this is June the 20th of 2024?
I have, and it is still an ongoing investigation at this time.
Okay, and we'll get to that later. And did this incident occur on or around 9574 Teal Terrace?
That's correct.
And is that the city of Jonesboro, Clayton County?
It is.
And exactly what are you investigating?
So the Clayton County Police were summoned by the daughter of, I believe her name is Ernestine Humphrey. She is an elderly lady of 75 years of age. Her daughter Bianca came to the Clayton County Police to report that her mother is a victim of fraud.
Okay, let me stop you right here. The victim in this case is not Bianca. It is the mother, Ernestine, correct?
Correct. Bianca is the daughter to Miss Humphrey, and she's also the caretaker.
Okay. And what did Miss Bianca advise happened to her mother?
So Miss Bianca advised to police that she had noted that her mother received several letters from Publishers Clearinghouse stating that she was the winner of $9,500,000.
Okay.
Bianca stated that her mother, who again is an elderly lady, had became very excited that she won $9,500,000, and to include winning a car. And so in this process, then she started answering the demands of the letters, and without Bianca's knowledge.
Okay, let me stop you right quick, just so we can keep it very clear. Now, Bianca, the daughter, found this correspondence in her mother's home, correct?
Correct. Yep.
Now, when you're saying she responded to these letters, are you talking about Bianca or are you talking about the victim?
Miss Humphreys responded to the letters.
Miss
Humphreys, Ernestine. Yep, Ernestine
Okay.
Humphreys. She is the elderly victim in this matter.
Okay, and she responded to the letters that she received?
That's correct.
And how do you know that she responded? How was Miss Bianca able to explain that?
Yeah, so she responded in the sums of dollars amounts, as she had been in communication with the individual via the letters, who identified himself as David Lee Smith. This individual was communicating with her via telephone. He was demanding certain dollar amounts to be paid, at which time Miss Humphreys would respond to the dollar amounts and send these dollar amounts via cards, pay cards, cash cards, and would be in communication with this individual via the telephone, giving the card numbers to him.
How did the daughter find out about all of this?
Yeah, daughter states that she was looking through mom's paperwork and then come across various transactions of paperwork showing these dollar amounts. And then she started going into her bank account, noting that these monies were coming out of her bank account.
And when you say her bank account, you're referring to the mother, Miss Ernestine?
That's correct, Miss Ernestine.
And Bianca is able to access, she has the power to access her mother's bank accounts?
That's correct. As I stated, she was the caretaker for her mom.
Okay. And what did she find out when she accessed the bank accounts?
So she provided to me, she provided bank statements, copies of cashier's checks, and deposit receipts that were provided to her from Bank of America, where her mother banks at. The Bank of America.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
The Bank of America documentation showed each transaction and where the transactions went and how they were paid. And there was one specific transaction in the amount of $9,000. And this was a cashier's check that she obtained through Bank of America that was sent to an institution called, or a company called M&K LLC.
Now, were you able to follow up on that particular transaction?
Yes, thank you. So I generated a subpoena, and the subpoena was granted through the grand jury. I then sent the subpoena to Bank of America to find out its destination of cashing, and learned that in fact it was cashed, and it was cashed on, if I may refer to my notes here 1 second.
Your Honor, may the officer refresh his recollection. I couldn't hear you, Your Honor.
Yes.
It was
Also,
cashed on it was cashed on June 6th of 2024 in the amount of $9,000 in the business account of M&K LLC. I learned through another subpoena sent to Bank of America to identify who M&K LLC is, at which time I learned the account holder to be Michael Howard of 120 B as in boy, Yarmouth Drive in Bridgeport, Connecticut.
now the defendant before the court is a Michael Howard, correct?
That's correct.
How were you able to connect this Michael Howard to the persons whose name is on the bank account?
Yes. So I requested the bank provide to me the account holder detailed information to include their date of birth, their name, their address, their social security, the phone numbers, all the pertinent information to bring identity factors to the account holder, at which time it corresponded with the cashier's check that I found to be $9,000 made payable to M&K.
Objection, Your Honor, this is non-responsive. She asked about identifying this person in the Clayton County Jail as the individual that is alleged to committed the crime. It's being non-responsive to extra details he's adding.
Your Honor, actually it is because of the nature of the transactions here. I believe the officer, what he's trying to do is show the connection between that actual check that was made out to M&K and this gentleman that's before the court today. It's not a typical thing where you show up at the scene and say, yeah, that's him. This is something, most of which occurred through bank transactions, phone calls to a person who is actually borderline, I believe, well, the detective can testify as to her mental condition, but was something less than being able to describe what the court would normally hear in an identification process. So with the court's indulgence, I would ask that the court allow the detective to explain this answer a little bit better than a little more in depth than normal so that the court will see what that connection is.
All righty, go ahead. Objection overruled. Go ahead.
Thank you, Your Honor. So in subpoenaing the bank, I was able to learn the identity of the account holder to the business name of M&K LLC. I learned that M&K LLC was owned by Michael Howard. Michael Howard possesses the date of birth of 7/23 of 1976. I learned through the subpoena that this account is in his name and he possesses it and makes the transactions and the deposits of such. The $9,000 was deposited into Michael Howard's checking account.
Were you able to get a physical description or a photograph or anything like that of the defendant who owns the account?
Yes. So I ran the individual information that I have via GCIC and NCIC and was able to find the driver's license, the photo, and the date of birth and social security number to match based upon the Connecticut information that I received.
Now, after doing that, were you able to make a physical identification of the person who had actually who was involved in these transactions with the victim?
So based upon the information that I received from the GCIC and NCIC, it brought me to a clarity of the identity for the account holder to M&K and being the identity of Michael Howard.
And is that the Michael Howard before the court today?
It is today.
Were you able to interview Mr. Howard or talk with him about this?
So there was various attempts to reach Mr. Howard via the telephone. I also reached out to the local jurisdiction of where he resides in Connecticut. They attempted to make contact with him. He would not respond to my emails nor my telephone calls.
How did he come to be in custody?
There was a warrant that was issued for his arrest.
And to date, has he made any statements or any comments about this?
He has not. He has not.
Has any of the victim's money been recovered?
It has not.
Do you know about how much money the defendant is out of pocket? Not defendant, I'm sorry, the victim is out of pocket.
At this time, there's about $26,000, and I'm still investigating the additional portion.
And you know, for the purposes of this hearing, a check in the amount of $9,000 was directly traced to this gentleman.
It was, yes, ma'am.
Did the victim was the victim's guardian, did she give anyone permission to cash any checks from her mother's account?
She did not.
Is she
And nor did Miss Humphreys, for that matter.
okay? Did she win Publishers Clearinghouse?
No, she did not.
Does this gentleman work for Publishers Clearinghouse?
No, he does not.
Hang on 1 second, make sure I hadn't missed anything. Was the $9,000 actually withdrawn from Mr. Howard's account?
It was not. It was deposited, counter deposit.
What is a counter deposit?
It's to where there's a negotiated check or cashier's check that was received to cause the deposit to take place for the monies.
So you can't just automatically withdraw that. You have to wait.
I guess maybe I'm missing your question, counsel.
I'm trying to see, was that money withdrawn or was it still in the account?
No, based upon the bank statement that I've received of his account, it shows a direct deposit of counter.
Is the money still in the account?
Objection to
The money
relevance.
Hold
the
on.
money was in the account at the time that I received the bank statements, but I don't know if the money was ever taken out.
Okay. Is the victim in a mental state to consent to any of this?
So Miss Humphreys suffers from dementia, and she, of course, as I shared with you, she is an elderly lady and of the age of 75.
Hence, the daughter's the caretaker?
That's correct.
Hang on 1 second. I think I'm done. I just want to make sure. I'm sorry, your computer's running a little slow. There it is. And I believe that's all I have reserved right for redirect.
All right, Attorney Boyd.
Thank you. Detective Johnson, did you speak to Ms. Humphrey regarding these allegations?
I did. Yes, ma'am.
And were you provided any paperwork from anyone, either Ms. Humphrey or her daughter, with regards to the medical diagnosis that you've been testifying about?
I was not provided any medical diagnosis of Miss Humphreys being or having dementia. I was not provided that.
You have no paperwork with regards to her mental state?
I do not.
And when did you speak to Ms. Humphrey with regards to these allegations?
I spoke with Miss Humphreys. If I may look at my notes on the first.
You need to look at your notes to refresh your recollection for the day.
May I please? Yes, just
Please.
1 second. I spoke with, on Friday, June 28th, I spoke with Miss Humphreys.
And where did this conversation take place?
via telephone.
So you never actually met Ms. Humphreys in person?
I have not. No,
Does she reside in Clayton County?
she does.
Is there any reason why you didn't meet with her in person?
I didn't feel it necessary.
What did she say in her conversation with regards to the Publishers Clearinghouse?
Yeah, she was embarrassed. She was a little bit embarrassed, and she said that she wanted her money back. She honestly thought she won the Publishers Clearinghouse, and kept pressing the idea that she wants her money back.
Okay, so
Um,
her dementia isn't interfering with her ability to demand her money be returned.
well, I'm not a doctor. I'm a detective,
I'm
and I'm
aware, but you've
listening
been
that.
testifying that she has a mental health diagnosis without
Well,
providing.
that's what I've been told.
Hold on, one at a time. We know we're taking this down, so we have to go
Yes,
one
ma'am.
at a time.
That's what I've been told, is that she has dementia. She is of the elder state, and does have dementia based upon what she says and her daughter says. Now, whether that's true, I was not able to receive any documentation, nor did I search out that area.
Okay, so you didn't request any paperwork regards to her mental state?
No.
Okay. And with regards to the daughter being her caretaker, did she provide any documentation showing that she had been assigned through the court to represent her mother's interests?
No, I did not seek a power of attorney or any form of documentation showing that she is. She is the only child, and
So no power of attorney,
no power of attorney.
no paperwork.
No, not for her to speak on her mother's behalf. No.
So how soon after you spoke to the daughter did you actually speak to Ms. Humphrey?
I spoke to both of them the same day.
With respect to the paperwork that you testified you received from the Bank of America, did it include anything regarding the incorporation of the business?
May I look at paperwork real quick? I don't believe. Generally speaking, Bank of America sends to us certified.
I just didn't know if you have any paperwork with respect to the actual business provided by Bank of America.
Yeah, I don't have any certified copy from Bank of America telling me if it's incorporated or not.
You listed it as M&K LLC in your warrant, correct?
M&K LLC is the account holder name and the business name that's on the account, and the account holder is Michael Howard.
Okay, that's what you listed on your warrant as M&K LLC, correct?
Yep. Yeah.
Did you make any attempt through the Secretary of State's office for Connecticut or any other state with regards to finding out more information about M&K LLC?
I did. So in a Clear report, Clear was pulled for M&K LLC, and it does show Michael Howard as the owner, along with a female, which happens to be his wife or girlfriend.
Okay.
and hence M and K. M is for him and K is for her. The name then comes back as an LLC and listing him as the primary.
With regards to the alleged female in this case, did you conduct any investigation with regards to whether or not she had access to the business account?
She does.
And what attempts did you make with regards to contacting her regarding the account?
Yep, left her voicemail, and also the local jurisdiction tried to make contact with her, and she was non-responsive as well.
And did you take out a warrant for her as well?
I have not at this moment. Not saying it's not coming.
Okay. You indicated earlier you were still investigating. Is that part of your investigation?
It is. Yes, ma'am.
Because as we sit here today, both Mr. Howard and the female had access to the account, correct?
That's correct. Uh-huh.
And you're not able to rule out that that alleged female is the one who initiated the contact with Ms. Humphrey.
Yeah, I'm not ruling it out.
One moment, please. I just want to make sure I'm asking all my questions. And to your knowledge, is it just Mr. Howard and this female that you testified about? Are they the only authorized users on the account?
To my knowledge, they are.
And as you see here today, you don't have any definitive information that Mr. Howard is the one who received the $9,000 deposit.
Mr. Howard is the one that received the $9,000 deposit into his business account, M&K LLC.
But you don't have any personal knowledge that he made that deposit.
I don't have any fervent evidence to show that he was at the bank making the deposit, but the monies were received in his checking account.
That's all I have at this time, Your Honor.
All right, any redirect?
You indicated in your previous testimony that there were phone conversations and communications between the defendant and the victim, correct?
Objection. That's beyond the scope of my cross-examination.
Your Honor, this has the actual communications between the parties, which I do believe the defense explored when they were asking about there were any type of interactions between the possible co-defendant who has not been charged yet, and that she could have been the person that the victim was actually communicating with.
That was on cross.
That was on cross. Yes, ma'am.
Go ahead.
Officer, do you know if those communications were were they in the name of, let me rephrase my question, I'm kind of make it a little clearer. Were they in the name of a female, or were they in the name of this gentleman, Mr. Howard?
So Miss Humphrey states that she was talking to a male subject.
Okay. The bank account, was that a male subject or a female subject?
It was a male subject.
And was it as a result of your investigation, that male subject, the person before the court, Mr. Humphrey?
It is my investigation that has led me to it being Mr.
I think I said Humphrey. I meant
Mr.
Hunter.
Howard, Michael
Mr.
Howard.
Been a long day.
Yes, it has.
And at this point in time, there's no female subject before. You haven't taken out warrants for a female subject.
As I said, I'm still conducting a investigation on this matter.
Okay. And I believe that's all I have.
All right, based upon evidence presented, I do find it sufficient probable cause to bind both charges over to the Superior Court, Clayton County. That's the order of the court.
Thank you, Detective, for coming back. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. I'm sorry. Have a great day.
Oh, no, that was me, not you.
Yeah, no worries.
All right. Who do we have next?
State versus Curtis Evans. Officer Shelby, you're up.
Yes, ma'am, I'm here.
Okay. Ready? Good. Judge State's ready. I'm not sure who has Mr.
Attorney Bower does.
Okay. And Ms. Bower, before we get started on this one, did you want Mr. Howard to be on the Friday calendar or not?
Can I have a very brief breakout with the jail to speak to Mr. Evans?
Gayatri, can you facilitate that, please?
Now, you asked me about Mr. Howard?
Yes.
No.
Is he gonna be on the calendar Friday?
He has bonds on both his charges.
Okay.
Okay, so jail rejoin room 2 and Attorney Bower, I'm assigning you to room 2.
Okay.
Deputy, can you rejoin room 2? Attorney Bower is waiting for you. Jail?
How's it going? It's Rachel calling from magistrate.
Jail?
Okay.
Jail?
Okay, I need some help.
Yes,
Can
ma'am.
you join room
An
2?
inmate that is on the dispossessory calendar, and I sent an email.
Attorney Bower, they're joining now.
Okay, yeah, let me get it for you. It
Thank you for the time, Judge. We're ready.
Officer Shelby,
Yes,
Thank
ma'am.
you.
I'm back.
ready. Judge,
I'm here 1 second. If I turn my camera off for like 10 seconds, that means I just tried to take a bite of my sandwich because I'm starving. All right. And so we are doing Mr.
Curtis
Devon.
Evans.
Oh, who?
Curtis.
Curtis Evans. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, we still should be live. Is that Attorney Bover?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Mr. Tall Man, are you Mr. Curtis Evans? That's a pretty tall young man. Are you Mr. Curtis Evans? Yes, all right. The defendant has indicated that he is Curtis Evans. We're about to start your preliminary hearing. State of Georgia versus Curtis Marco Evans, charged in warrant number 2025 WA 08645.
Judge, you're frozen? I'm frozen too.
No, we can hear you, 88 Thomas.
I look like I'm deceased.
Just take Johnson.
She's definitely frozen.
Ms. Thomas Stanley, can you let her know?
Yeah, I'm reaching out to her now.
Okay.
Okay, I don't know what part I fell off.
The whole part.
Wow. All right, State of Georgia versus Curtis Marco Evans, charged in warrant number 2025 WA 08645, aggravated assault, 2025 WA 08646, battery family violence. Representing the state is ADA Thomas, representing the defendant was Attorney Tiffany Boulware. Your witness, ADA Thomas.
Thank you, Your Honor. Officer, can you please raise your right hand? Do you solemnly swear and affirm that the evidence you should present before the court shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, ma'am, I do.
You can put your hand down, state your name for the record,
Officer Stanley Shelby,
and how you employed, officer.
through Clayton County Police Department.
And in that capacity, were you so employed in that capacity on October the 11th of 2025?
Yes, ma'am, I was.
And did you have occasion to investigate an incident that occurred at 2964 Anne Marie Lane?
That is correct.
And is that in the city of Rex, Clayton County?
Yes, ma'am.
And did that investigation involve a Curtis Evans?
It did.
What happened at that location on that date involving Mr. Evans?
The initial call that I responded to through dispatch advised that a female advised that her, what we call as 8, is her husband, either husband or boyfriend, which was initially wasn't, that information wasn't given, but it was on our end, either a boyfriend or husband said that that male had struck her brother outside the residence.
Now, when you responded to the residents, did you speak with the caller?
No, ma'am, she wasn't initially on scene, but I made contact with the victim first, who had went inside of the residence.
And what did the victim advise?
You can clearly smell that he was under the influence of alcohol. He said he was hit, but he wouldn't say who hit him, and he just said he would take care of himself.
And do you recall the name of the victim?
His name is Mr. Decory Williams.
And what is Mr. Williams' relationship to the defendant?
The defendant is his brother-in-law. He's married to Mr. Decory's sister.
Okay. Now, was the sister present when all this was going on?
Yeah, after maybe I say less than 5 minutes, within the 5 minutes range after me getting there, 5 or 10 minutes after me arriving on scene and speaking to Mr. Decory. Once I went back upstairs, Miss Teresa Williams, the initial caller, showed back up on scene.
What did she advise, if anything?
She said the incident started, that she was outside with both the victim and the defendant. She said that her and her husband, who they all live in the same residence, were arguing about, I guess, marital relationships, but the brother, Decory, was taken up for his sister.
Okay. And
I'm sorry.
No, please continue.
Yeah, and she said that they went back and forth and she went inside. She said once she went inside, they continued to argue and she could hear them arguing outside, but she said she was peeking through the blinds. I think it was the front room. I don't know if it was the living room or not, but it was one of the front rooms of the residence, and she saw her husband, Mr. Curtis Evans, pick up one of the, I think it was a black folding chair, and swing it and hit her brother who was sitting down. So she said he hit him from the back while he was sitting down. And that's when she came out. She said that's when she came outside.
Okay. And what else happened to the victim?
Yeah, she said once she came outside, she saw Mr. Evans, the defendant, on top of her brother's swinging, punching at him. And once she said that once Mr. Evans saw her, he took off running.
Did she say anything to him? Stop, come back, anything like that? Did she try to stop him?
I can't, to be honest, I can't remember if she did say anything like that, but I can't remember. But I think she might have said it, but I can't recall it right now, no ma'am.
Okay. What about the victim? Was he injured in any type of way?
Yes, ma'am. He had a large bruise. It was between his eye and his cheekbone, his right cheekbone. Because when I first initially went downstairs, it was dark in the basement. And me not knowing the landscape of the room, I couldn't see it. But with my flashlight, once I illuminated his face a little bit, you could see a large bruise up under his cheekbone, to his cheekbone, right up under his eye.
Did he indicate whether or not he was in pain or anything?
He said he was in pain, but he refused medical attention on scene.
Could he advise you as to who assaulted him?
He knew it. He shook his head, and when I asked him who did he know the person, he shook his head, but he wouldn't give me a name.
But the witness did see the person, was able to provide a name?
Yes, ma'am. She provided the name of her husband, Mr. Curtis Evans. Yes, ma'am.
Now, these conversations that we've been talking about, were you able to capture any of that in any way?
Yes, ma'am. From my initial response to the call, everything was captured on my body camera to the end of the call. Yes, ma'am.
And where is that body cam now?
It was recorded. It should be within the department, downloaded through our system. I can't name the name of the system, but it's downloaded and we have access to it.
Okay. And do you know if it was captured or recorded in any other way? Did they have like a Ring camera outside or anything?
I don't think they had a Ring camera, but Miss Teresa attempted, she said, use her phone to capture the incident, but it failed. I think it only captured the ground or something, like when she tried to run outside, when she exited the residence. It didn't capture anything.
Did you see it?
Yes, ma'am. She tried to show me the video, but you you can clearly see it wasn't, she was moving too much and it didn't capture any of the incident. No, ma'am.
Okay. Could she hear, or did the victim indicate whether or not any type of conversation or threats was made from the defendant?
He just kept telling me, the victim, Mr. DeCory, when I kept asking him who the person was, he said, don't worry about it. He would handle it himself. He wouldn't speak further on it.
Did you see, I believe you indicated that the witness indicated she saw a folding chair. Did you see anything like that out there?
Yes, ma'am. The folding chair at that time was, I don't know if anybody picked it up, but when I saw it, it was leaning against the house.
And was she able to confirm that that was in fact the instrumentality that was used to assault the victim?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Now, you indicated that the defendant wasn't present at the time.
Yes, ma'am. Miss Teresa, which is the wife and the sister of Mr. DeCory, said that once she came outside, he took off and ran through the neighborhood. She tried to follow him in her car, but she couldn't locate him. He was running through yards.
How did he come to be well, first of all, did you see him that day? Did you encounter him at all that day?
Yes, ma'am. Later, maybe like, I can't say the time frame. I'm just estimating maybe like 20 or 30 minutes after I arrived on scene, another officer arrived on scene, Officer Suma, who was on another call, but he was responding. And once we showed him a picture of the guy, Mr. Evans, he said, yes, I think I just saw that guy walking on Mount Zion Road, which is Mount Zion is connects to Fielder Road, which is not that far from Anne Marie.
And were you all, either yourself or other officers, able to detain or stop Mr.
Mr. Evans, yes, ma'am. She once also I followed Officer Suma back to the area that he said he saw. The male fitting the description, because it's not that hard, because Mr. Evans is 6'9", and I had a previous report, not a domestic, anything related to
Objections not responsive. Were you able to encounter him later in the day?
I encountered him because I remember his face from previous.
You did see him later on that day?
Yes, ma'am. We located him in front of an apartment complex on Mount Zion Road. Yes, ma'am.
Now, how did you recognize him?
He was dressed in, at that time he had his shirt off, but as described by Miss Teresa, he's 6'9", and he was dressed in all black.
And is that the description provided to you by the witness?
Yes, ma'am.
Now, have you seen this man before? Had an encounter or responded to a call involving him before?
Objection relevance is to the case that we're here and for today.
Your Honor, the reason why I'm mentioning this is that the officer did not actually see this gentleman on the scene. He picked him up later. And I believe he indicated he was provided a description by the victim as to the person that was engaged in the assault on the victim. However, he also, I believe, had a prior
I don't believe that's relevant. I sustain the objection.
But based on the description you were provided, you recognized him.
Yes, ma'am. Once I make eye contact with him, I recognize him from a previous incident. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And from the description provided by the victim?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, great. Now, did he make any statements to you at this time? At that time, the times you stopped him?
After I detained him and read his Miranda rights, he said he wanted to speak with me about the call, about the incident.
And what did he advise, if anything?
Mr. Evans advised that, yeah, he advised that him and his wife were in a verbal altercation about marital issues, and he said he felt disrespected by his wife, and that's when the brother, Mr. DeCory, jumped in it, which he advised he didn't think that he should have involved himself in their altercation, verbal altercation at the time.
Did he advise why? Did he advise as to why he assaulted the victim?
He didn't say why. He just said he never.
Evidence.
Hold on.
There's been no testimony that my client made a statement that he assaulted anyone.
I agree. Just rephrase it.
Officer, did he make any statements to you about the encounter with the victim?
Yes, he did.
What did he advise?
Mr. Decore advised that he did, I'm sorry, Mr. Curtis advised that he did pick up a chair and he thought about swinging it, but he put it down and then he pushed Mr. Decore out of the chair. And that's when he said he admitted to punching him one time and that was it.
So he admitted hitting him, but not hitting him with the chair.
Yes, ma'am. That's correct.
Did he say anything about why he left the scene?
Yeah, he said that he left because he thought Miss Teresa, who is his wife, was recording the incident because he said he's on probation. He didn't want to get in trouble.
Okay. Yeah, one second, let me review my notes. I think oh, officer, are you able to see everybody in court today?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you see the person that you encountered on that date regarding this incident? If so, could you describe him by physical appearance or article of clothing?
Yeah, I can't see close up, but yeah, it looks like Mr. Curtis Evans. He's dressed in orange. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. That is him dressed in orange.
Okay. I believe that's all I have to today. Reserve right for redirect.
All righty, Cross, go ahead.
Officer, are you aware that Teresa Williams has made a different statement with regards to these alleged events?
No, ma'am. She completed a witness statement on scene. Yes, ma'am. No, ma'am. I'm not aware of her making any other statements than what she gave me on scene.
So you're not aware that she's recanting what she's allegedly told you that she saw between her husband and her brother?
No, ma'am. Like I said, everything I encountered with her was on body camera and what she put on the witness statement.
And the written statement, did you review it after she prepared it?
Yes, ma'am.
And was it consistent with what she said to you verbally?
Yes, ma'am.
The video that she gave you, did you also upload that into your report?
No, ma'am. I didn't use it because it didn't capture anything. It didn't capture any conversations or anything of the incident itself. It's just like
Did you make mention of the video into your report? Is it information provided in your report? That she took to show you video, but you didn't use it?
I don't think I used that in my report. No, ma'am.
Okay. So your testimony today is just about what you recall, not what's included attached to your report.
Correct. Yes, ma'am.
So you don't actually have a complaining victim in this case?
No, I just based it off what his injuries and what his wife told me. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So, but Mr. Williams himself has not asked you to press charges against my client?
No, the state of Georgia, based on domestic violence charges, we have to, once we determine that they live together, at that point, we have to go based on the information that I was given. That's why I went forward with it. Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, Officer Shelby. But the answer to my question was no, correct?
Yeah, no, he wouldn't identify the person, no, ma'am.
Okay. So all the information that was provided to you comes directly from the spouse of?
Yes, ma'am. Ms. Teresa. Yes, ma'am.
Now, is this a house, an apartment? What is this where they reside? What is situated?
It's a house with a basement.
And is this in a neighborhood or is it an isolated house?
No, it's in a neighborhood connecting. Yes, ma'am.
Any other alleged witnesses to these allegations?
No, ma'am. When I went over there, no, ma'am. There was nobody standing outside. I think it was I can't remember, but I don't think anybody was standing outside. When I got there, it was nobody outside.
Did officers canvass the neighborhood to see if anyone saw or heard anything?
Yes, ma'am. It had three separate, I think it was two or three separate units when officers, patrol cars that patrolled the area, they couldn't locate Mr. Evans at the time.
Okay, no. My question was, and I know this,
Yes, ma'am.
my internet's been sketchy.
I got you.
But my question was, did the officers canvass the neighborhood for any other alleged witnesses? Any witnesses besides the wife? Did they go through the neighborhood and see if anyone else saw or heard anything?
Now you broke up a little bit. I'm sorry, ma'am. Can you repeat that?
My question was, did the officers go through the neighborhood to see if anyone else saw or heard anything?
I can't speak for the other officers, but they just checked the neighborhood. I can't say if they spoke to anybody or not.
Okay, so you're saying they did canvass the neighborhood?
Yes, ma'am.
And to your knowledge, there's no ring camera from any of the neighbors that's been added up to this case?
No, ma'am. Not on my end. No, ma'am.
Okay, so the only video is your body camera that's been
Correct. Yes,
uploaded to your
ma'am.
case? Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Did Mr. Evans provide you with any written statements?
No, ma'am. No written statement. No, ma'am.
And the Miranda, did you provide him a written form or was it verbal?
It was verbal, captured on body camera, verbal.
And he denied any allegations involving the folding chair?
You broke up a little bit. I'm
He
sorry.
denied any allegations involving
your
anyone
traffic
with
didn't
the
come through
folding
clear.
chair? Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am. He did deny that. Yes, ma'am. Yeah, I hear you now. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. I think that's all I have at this time.
Any redirect?
No, Your Honor,
All right, closing arguments, ADA Thomas.
I reserve.
All right. Attorney Boyd.
Yeah, there's no complaining victim in this case. The brother-in-law of my client is advised that he would resolve it himself. He's not asking the police to be involved in this case whatsoever. My client's statement is that he did not assault anyone. He did not use the folding chair. He did admit that he hit his brother-in-law. He felt it was disrespectful that he interfered with an argument between husband and wife that was verbal. And so based upon that, I would ask that the aggravated assault be dismissed and that the battery family violence misdemeanor be bound over to the state court.
All right, ADA Thomas.
Your Honor, I believe the officer said it correctly when he said that he responded to the incident location. He spoke with a witness who actually called in the incident, who was able to corroborate that there was an assault on the victim, that she saw him being hit with a folding chair. The officer did find the chair at the scene. He also observed physical injury to the victim, I believe in 2 areas. The victim did indicate that he would take care of himself, but the officer is not obligated, and I do believe this is a responsibility to further up on the investigation, if for no other reason, for public safety reasons. Saying I'm gonna take care of it myself doesn't exactly resolve the situation when you have an independent witness at the time who was saying, yes, I saw it, I saw this person get assaulted. A fact to consider or to think about is that this man had just gotten hit with a chair. So we're not really sure what his state of mind is. And that's something else that the officers have to consider when they're making their decision as to whether or not to pursue an investigation. Nevertheless, the officers were able later on that same day to detain this gentleman, who also confirmed that there was some form of confrontation between himself and the victim. He admitted hitting the victim, but he did not acknowledge doing anything with the folding chair itself. So, Your Honor, we've got sufficient probable cause here for this case to be bound over to the Superior Court of Clayton County. Whether or not the victim actually decides that he wants to pursue it, regardless of what may happen in the future. What we have now is we have a witness and we have a defendant who acknowledges the confrontation between the parties, just not the folding chair part that the witness saw and indicated to the officers that she actually tried to record. However, she was unsuccessful in her efforts. State would ask the court to transfer the case in its entirety to the Superior Court.
All right, so based upon the evidence presented, I do find that there's sufficient probable cause to bind both the charges over to the Superior Court of Clayton County. That's the order of the court.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Officer Shelby.
Officer, thank you. You're free to go.
And so we have
right, thank you.
Javon Love and Smith.
And Your Honor, at this point, I think Smith, I indicated to the court earlier that my officer was not present, and it does not appear that officer is present on Javon also. Your Honor, I do know that Smith has been continued once before, but that was a continuance for the defense. I thought Javon had been continued once before, but that was also not by the state, that was by the defense. So state would be asking that both cases be continued in order to get those officers in court. In particular, the Gavon case, which is very serious. It's an armed robbery allegation, Your Honor, and this is an officer who is generally pretty good about showing up in court.
And Judge, I'm gonna be moving to dismiss. What the state said was half true. And that there has been one continuance on each of those on the defense request. What the state left out is that there's also continuances before, for reasons that are not the defense request. So this is the third time for each of these people to come to court. I think on I believe it was on Mr. Gavon, it was continued the first time because of a request to keep the cases together with a co-defendant. Excuse me, which that was not our request. So I'll be very clear about that part of it. As it relates to Mr. Smith, again, there was one time that was a defense request. The time before that, the continuance that I have says that that was on the court's motion. So I want to be very clear, this is the first time or just the second time on the defense request. That's not correct.
Okay, so I'm gonna continue Javon till 12/3. I'm gonna put state's request, officer did not appear. This will be the last continuance in this case.
Thank you, Your Honor.
And then on Reginald Smith, did we say we said the last one was a defense request?
Your Honor, I only have one top sheet on it unless the court has something additional. I show that it was one previous continuance